Well, welcome, and thank you for tuning into Health Talk. I'm Dr. Victor Politi, the President and CEO of NuHealth, that's Nassau University Medical Center on Hempstead Turnpike. So as healthcare in America is changing, NuHealth is part of that change. So this half-hour program will provide you with some essential information about our services and facilities that provide top-quality care that fits into your lifestyle. So our roots with NuHealth go deep into Long Island history. What began in 1935 as a 200-bed general hospital has now become part of a unique health organization with multiple centers of care and a commitment to deliver excellent essential care to everyone at every stage of life. You already know us as Nassau County's premier Level 1 Trauma Center. We have so much more to offer the community, including a full-service, state-of-the-art centers of care at NuHealth Nassau County Medical Center, the A. Howley Patterson Nursing Facility, Extended Care Facility, and the NuHealth Family Health Centers located throughout Nassau County. So our improvements are making us a leading provider of primary and tertiary care services that rival the best in the country. So a lot of changes at Nassau University Medical Center over the last year or so, the last couple of years. New emergency room, new labor and delivery room, new orthopedic suite, new operating rooms, upgrading of the CCU and ICU area, hyperbaric chambers. There's just so much going on over there to really bring Nassau University Medical Center up to the forefront of healthcare in Nassau County. Right now we're completing a $24 million primary care center on the first floor, which will have all sorts of medical specialties right there, whether it's gastroenterologist, pulmonary, cardiology, pediatrics, all pediatric subspecialties. Right on the first floor, you park your car, you walk right in. Really going to be a really great addition to the really what's a really great hospital to begin with. But today we have a really great guest, someone who I think you'll find interesting. It's not a doctor or a nurse or a hospital administrator, but someone who really I met out in the community at different events, and someone who I found as a person, not a healthcare person, really goes above and beyond to reach children, to go out to help people that need medical care, someone that had an experience in his life himself that really changed him, and now he gives back. And you know, in life, when you meet people that really, for the right reasons, give back and just do the right thing, you really want to spend some time and talk to them. And so I asked Rich Salgado. We call him Big Daddy, and if you ever saw him, you know why. He is definitely a gentle man, but he is very large in size.
Yeah.
So Rich, Big Daddy Salgado, who I met at a few of these events, and I asked him if he'd just come on and talk to me a little bit about, you know, how he got started in all these philanthropy, about himself, what he does for a living, his real job, and you know, just fill us in. I mean, because I think people like Rich, I think the world needs to know that there are people like him out there, and that there are a lot of good things being done besides all the horrible things you hear in the papers. So, Rich, I want to just say welcome and thank you very much for coming tonight.
Absolutely, Doc. I appreciate the invitations, and now that I consider us friends, of
Yes.
course, I would definitely be here.
Right.
And it's exciting because, you know, I could start off by saying being at the hospital and seeing the 360-degree turnaround from what the hospital used to be to the way it is now and the direction it's heading. It's just night and day, and I think people really need to go and see. You know, unfortunately, like you said earlier, no one really wants to go to the hospital unless you're having a child. But if you have an understanding that the place has become, you know, it went from a little Holiday Inn to now like a Ritz-Carlton, because you're not, you're getting a real bed. Like you said, you got flat screen TVs, and, you know, everything, all the amenities are being changed to help the patients feel comfortable and realize that not only are they getting great care, but they're being taken care of by a first-class facility.
Thanks, Rich. And I think I pride myself in that, and I give all that credit to the hospital itself, to those workers. I mean, they shine that place up. I've never seen a cleaner hospital in my life.
No, yeah, it's, you walk in and, you know, I think the last time I was there, I saw the cleaning crew at least 5 times in about an hour span.
Are they great? I mean, they really take it personally. I mean, the bathrooms, the floors, the walls, the curtains, you know, they're constantly doing things, and that's just the start. Behind the scenes, it's like Disney World, you know.
Yeah.
You see things, but behind the scenes there's like 1,000 people working.
Yeah.
I mean, our engineering department, our plumbers, our carpenters at night, they just come out of the woodwork and just start painting rooms and changing doors and cleaning windows. And it really is an amazing thing to see people that are that dedicated to their jobs.
You know, you put it, the best way to put it is, we'll use in my layman's terms, you're the head coach, and everyone else is the team. So the team works together to win, so everybody wins.
Yeah, well, I see how you can do that. Because
Yeah.
you do have some sports background. So, thank you very much for that, and I appreciate that. But tell me some about yourself, Rich. Who is Rich Salgado? Who is Big Daddy?
Well, it's you know what, I grew up in New Hyde Park,
Mhm.
so I'm a Nassau County guy, and I'm still living here in Nassau County, and I'm an insurance salesman. It's funny, people don't look at me that way. And the reason why is because of some of the clientele that I have. It's, everybody's interested in those people,
Right.
But I work with my local pizza guy, which is Umberto's in New Hyde Park.
Sure.
My mailman's a client. I service people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all types of businesses, and that's really what I do for a living. It's I help people with their insurance needs and questions, and try to make sure that these people are protected, and not only personally but professionally, and their businesses, their employees, and all those
What's
things.
What's the name of the insurance company?
Coastal Advisors LLC.
Coastal.
Coastal, yeah, Advisors LLC. I got to put the LLC in because there's a Coastal Advisors company that every time I'm in the media or the press,
Right.
they send me a note saying, you don't work for us, and I'm like, sorry, I
Yeah,
can't.
put the
Yeah, I
LLC
got to
down.
put the LLC in, and
So people can Google you.
yeah, people can Google me. People can go to our website, which is www.coastaladvisorsllc.com, and my number's on there. I'm available all day and night, available for appointments at any time, any place, and we have a national clientele, so I do travel quite a bit.
Right. So here you are. You're doing your day job. You're working along, and going through life.
Yeah.
And what happens? What sort of got you going
Well,
in this direction?
It's kind of funny. I with the clients that I have in the sports world, entertainment world, I was always supporting charities. And then one day, I come to discover that I have an aneurysm, and went over to North Shore LIJ. They performed the surgery. I walked out 7 days later after the surgery, which they were amazed that I was able to just get out of bed.
Sure.
And that's why they actually sent me home,
Sure.
because I was being restless in bed. And he said to me, he goes, "Man, you're as strong as a bull." He goes, "You need to get out of here. You don't need to belong here." So that led to. It was funny. I'm in the hospital about I would say a week later after I had been let out to get the staples taken out of my head. So as I was sitting there getting the staples taken out, the doctor was talking to me about his charitable fundraising and how I'd be able to help and this and that. And at first I was kind of like, well, I want to get back on my feet, So it took me about, I would say, a year before I finally was like, you know what? Let me go back to the hospital. Let me see what this is all about. And then I said, okay. I agreed to host a golf outing, which we did as soon as I agreed to do it, actually 6 months after I said I would do it. And we pulled off something that I never thought we'd be able to pull off. But, it was a who's who of people coming in, and now, that was the first 2 years of the outing, I devoted some of the proceeds to a North Shore LIJ neurological center.
Right.
And then I had gotten together with Gary Milius from Ohika, and his charity was St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So he had asked me to partner up with him on that and really support that. So I visited St. Jude's. I actually became friends with one of the patients there, and thank God and I'd say thank God and God willing, he just became cancer free. And so I was saying, I prayed a lot for him, and a lot of people did. And even when I went on TV on Fox, I had the Fox and Friends people, wish him well. And this year he's one of our honorees.
Wow,
so I'm flying him and his family up, and they're going to spend 2 days over with us at Ohika Castle. And this year it's going to be even a much bigger and grander event. It's going to a national scale. So
That's great. I mean, he had his horrible issue with an aneurysm, and
Yeah.
you went to a really great hospital, and really some great doctors performed some surgery on you, and and here you are, you're 100% back
Yeah.
on your feet, ready to go.
Knock on
mean,
wood, I
thank
feel
God.
great, and
And now you're giving back. And I know we had, Nassau University Medical Center, and we have the neurosurgeons, and we had a young man over the summer dive into the beach and, paralyzed from the neck down, completely paralyzed from the neck down. And they brought him to Nassau University Medical Center, and our neurosurgeons were able to do emergency surgery on him. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a press conference where he actually walked into that
Yeah.
press conference and stood in front of all the
Right in front of
cameras,
me.
in front of you, and you were there to be very supportive to him, to say, listen, I've been through a horrible neurological issue, and look at me, I'm 100%. And you talk to him, and we're able to really energize him to see, hey, listen, even though I'm paralyzed from the neck down, and they did great surgery. Now I can walk. Now I can. And he was talking about getting back on the lacrosse field.
Yeah,
He was talking about, I want to get back out there, Rich. I want to get back out there. And it was just a heart-warming thing to see the two of you speaking like this. And so, he was, he's an amazing case. But neurosurgery, at Nassau University Medical Center with the new team we have over there, North
Yeah.
Shore, LIJ, together with us at NUMIC, working collaboratively, it's really a life-saving team. And so, issues like this come out, and so you have a golf outing, and you raise money for neurological injuries, you raise money for
The St. Jude's.
for St. Jude's.
Yeah.
And St. Jude's is an amazing charity as well, what they do for children and for cancer.
Yeah,
It
just
really
to have my little buddy there, Tyler, that's his name, Tyler West. He lives in Memphis. And just to go and visit the place, it's just, I use the example of, the word I use is hope. Because some of these people have been turned down by other places that they just kind of, I don't know if we could do anything, whatever. And they don't guarantee cure, but they guarantee hope.
Hope. Right.
And I think that's really what's important. And the families believing in it, and taking the stress and pressure of financials and medicine and all that, what they do there. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. So I'm working right now to go back there to shoot a segment on Tyler and his recovery and all those things. And that might air around holiday, because it's a good holiday story, feel-good story.
Right. And it's important because it gets the word out, and then people see that, and they're able to help with those charities.
And I'm looking to do the same thing for with the patient that you helped as well.
Sure.
So it's I'm fortunate in being able to, like you say, give back, even with media access. It's I'm not a TV celebrity, I'm not a news anchor, but I'm able to be on air to contribute and add stories like this that people need to hear and know about.
And it's true, and that really helps. I mean, I know even with our hospital, with Nassau University Medical Center, through your interactions, we had a very big gala a couple of weeks ago, which really was an amazing event we had over at the Cradle of Aviation.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
you were a big supporter of that. And,
Yeah.
we thank you for coming in and helping us, because we are a level 1 trauma. We do see these patients. These are the patients that are coming in: car accidents, motorcycle accidents, falls, traumas, and a lot of them, either they're orthopedic injuries, meaning arms or legs, or orthopedic neurosurgical type injuries, which is spine and head injuries. And we see a heck of a lot of brain injuries in that hospital, and aneurysms as well. So to support a hospital like ours, we have our fundraisers to be able to expand our services. It really is a great help, because hospitals financially are very limited. We don't have a lot of money coming in. It's a business, and we get paid by either Medicaid or Medicare or different types of managed care organizations, and you
And
see,
that's being that I'm an insurance guy. That's
You
always
underst-
a struggle.
you understand
so
that,
I understand that a lot.
So,
It's-
so the cost of caring for someone doesn't come anywhere near the cost of providing that care.
Yeah.
And so it's not easy to make those ends meet. And hospitals, I don't care how big they are or how famous these hospitals are, they have huge endowments. They have huge philanthropic sponsors that provide money. And the hospitals dip into those funds to do operations. they'll go through the boards, they'll do whatever has to be done to do it the right way. But some of these larger hospitals have the money. We unfortunately, we were a county hospital for many years. We're only been a public benefit corporation for the last couple of years, 10 years or so, 15 years. And so we're trying to change that atmosphere and attitude and to build up our own foundation. And so when we have a gala or we have a golf outing and you bring some of these notable
Well, we're going to talk about
athletes,
some of those things that
which you've
where
done
we
in the
could
past.
chip in
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
spread the wealth.
Yeah.
It's a matter of I think when you bring something that's different to your big as I say, the check cutters. When you bring a different element to it, it excites people.
Yeah.
Instead of the same old thing where, oh, we're just going to give money. I need money. Da, 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 and well, what am I getting really out of it? So then, that's the thing that we ended up doing with St. Jude, because we're looking at now a golf outing that could probably be televised. With that kind of fanfare and that's what we're hoping, and that's what I'm working at right now as we speak. So, those are things where you could say to the benefactor, you know what, you can have all the money in the world, but if I'm going to put you in a room with somebody that you never can get into that room, what's it worth to you? And if you do write a check, it's not about what's it worth to you, it's going to the right thing. It's not going for the wrong reason.
Right.
So
help a child with
Yeah.
neurological injury or
Yeah.
some other devastating illness. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And there's so many, there's so many needs out there, and there's so many different types of charities and charitable events. It's hard to just say, okay, St. Jude's or NuMeC or
Yeah, everything changes, and I think the more that you can give, except instead of giving to one place, I think I'll limit myself to two, because you know what, I've tried to do three, and all of a sudden you get caught up with who gets what and this and that, and someone's not happy, and I did have an issue like that one time where we had three, and one party felt that they were kind of left out, and it wasn't about being left out. It's just that you've got only so many dollars, and you've got to cover expenses, and you got to make sure that your donation is, as I say, not embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I help them.
you're trying to help. So every little penny helps, and
Sure does. Believe it.
so
Yeah, I mean, because you don't even realize what some of that money goes to. Sometimes you'll need something specific, like we'll need pediatric monitors.
Yeah.
In the pediatric intensive care unit, we want to buy new monitors. So to buy like 6 monitors, that's over $100,000. And so where do you get that money from? So sure, you put it into your budget, you put it into your operations, capital plan and stuff like this. But when you have a golf outing or a dinner and you raise a couple $100,000, and that money could be used to buy those monitors, to buy 25 new pediatric wheelchairs, to buy, all these things that you don't really think about, that cost a lot of money in the hospital.
it's kind of funny. When I had done the second year, I wanted to make sure that the specific area got the money.
Right.
And I had my lawyer draw up an agreement, so that happened, because I didn't want to hand somebody X amount of money and we're buying napkins that are monogrammed. I just
You're right.
I didn't want to do that, because then the restaurant or the catering hall didn't save my life.
Right.
These two doctors in this specific area is the one that saved my life. It's
Exactly right.
so you make sure that the money goes where it's supposed to go.
And you hear horror stories like that. You hear charities out there that, that people give money to, that the directors or associate directors are making $1 million a year, and that a lot of that money that was donated to that cause really didn't go to that cause. And so you're so concerned about that in some of these functions.
That's you know what, I have it's called the Big Daddy Foundation, and that foundation only has one employee, or actually two, and one is the director, the other one is the accountant. Other than that, we don't pay anyone a thing. No one takes any salary. You know what? If someone writes a check, it's those two people. You know what I mean? Because you see these foundations that have the mother, the father, the two brothers, the aunt, the uncle, they're all paid employees, and they're all making 6 figures. So what's the foundation for?
Right.
Ours is to raise money and to try to give to other charities, and keep it all on board and logistically correct, so no one gets in trouble. And I don't take a nickel from it. I don't even have the checkbook in front of me or in my office.
So other than a lot of these charitable types of things and fundraising, you also do some sports stuff, right? Don't you run a
Yeah,
couple of camps?
we run the Big Daddy Youth Football Camp with the help of Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano, our friend. We've done it for 2 years now, and we try to give back to the community here of the county of Nassau. And I bring in some celebrities, some clients of mine, and football in Nassau County has really declined, and it's not what it used to be. When I was a kid, I was fortunate enough. I went to a powerhouse high school. We won the Rutgers Cup, and I was able to get a full scholarship to the University of Maryland. And my high school had a tradition of winning, and I think every year somebody got a scholarship to go to a big school. So being fortunate enough to be in the circle that I'm in, and my youngest brother Jimmy, he's a coach at Princeton University, so he comes in, runs the camp. He brings in people from all over the place. I get these guys to come in. We get these outstanding sponsors. It's a 3-day camp, and we're not out to gouge anybody or to make a living off the camp. It's very simple, very easy to sign up at www.bigdaddyfootball.com. And like I said, it's a 3-day thing at the end of June, which we hold here at Mitchell Field. And, the TV comes in, the newspapers come in. And
How many kids do you usually put into that?
Well, the first year we had about 70. And then year 2, we went down to about 35, 40 because we had a change in staffing and management. But I would say this year our goal is to be over 100 kids.
It's tackle football? Like
No,
full
it's
contact, or?
no, it's not. No, it's like touch football, but we drill the kids, and we have the NFL players come in and coach the kids. Last year we had one of the coaches from the Giants there. We had my kid brother there from Princeton. We had Mohamed Sanu, wide receiver now for the Bengals. We had Mike Catapano, who's a Long Island kid, played at Princeton, played with the Chiefs. So a lot of local flavor, and Adam Schefter, who lives here and from ESPN, and just a whole array of guys and ex-NFL players to give back.
I remember always going over to Hofstra to watch the Jets.
Yeah, back in the day, I was going over there when I was, I had some friends that worked there, so I was fortunate enough to be allowed inside the gates and, go there and experience that. That's how I basically, having those relationships helped me get into my career. So,
yeah, because that was a shame. Well, they moved on and they had to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, there isn't that much really football. I mean, there are some high schools that are really good at it.
They're really good, yeah.
Some of the Kellenbergs and Chaminade.
St. Anthony's out there, yeah.
Yeah, St. Anthony's is
really good.
So, a lot of the public schools also put together some really good teams.
Right where I'm in my neighborhood, Cary High School. I mean, that was, they won the Rutgers Cup. They've been in the playoffs. They're playing my alma mater this weekend, New Hyde Park. It's Cary, when I was in high school, was our rival, fierce rival, and it's funny now. I live in the neighborhood, so I see the Cary kids all the time, and I always laugh because you relive your youth, and I'm going to go and support the team this weekend.
That's great. Yeah. It's good watching those kids play.
Yeah,
it really is amazing. I always like college, believe it or not, college football better than pro football.
You know what it is? It's there's more blood in the game, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Just to lay it out there, it's not money. It's heart. You want to get to a bowl game. You want to win a national championship. Not that the NFL guys don't want to do that. They want to win Super Bowls, obviously, but there's more team spirit on the college level.
They try crazy things like all sorts of crazy laterals.
Yeah, the other day did you see what happened with the referee, all the refs and the TV crew that did that game were suspended for 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, because they missed 3 clips, and they missed the ball handler's knee on the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was just because this is
this Saturday. Miami was at Duke.
So
they made a mistake, and you can't take the win away. It's too late.
Yeah. And they did I mean, how many times did they lateral that ball?
I think like 9 or 10, something like that.
And they wound
Yeah,
up going in for a touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah.
So sort of like Three Stooges or
Yeah, pretty much.
Abbott and Costello.
A fire drill.
The
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
drill, watching the ball going back and forth. But it was a really interesting entertainment to watch. But
You know what? They got in and they reviewed it and they said he's in, and
yeah,
unfortunately it cost those guys some paydays, but it is what it is.
it happened. The way it looked so, there was so many things going on. I don't know if it's some chaotic. I don't even know if anybody could have even blown a whistle if anybody would have heard it.
Yeah, they because everyone's screaming. What's so funny is I had the thing on and then I turned it off and put on something else.
Yeah, that was great. So I mean, you're out there. You're getting kids back involved in sports. You're going out and having some sort of camps going on to get them really excited about going forward with sports career. You're active with different types of golf outings and galas and events to help raise money for different types of charities, which is always a great thing to do, as well as supporting a lot of charities yourself, which is amazing.
It keeps you busy.
Yeah.
It's sometimes my fiance says to me, "I don't know where you find the energy," and sometimes I don't. You know what? I don't even know where I find it. I go home and instead of going to sleep, you pass out. And the alarm wakes you up and you go back at it again. So.
Right. As long as you're moving, you're okay. If you sit down for 5 minutes, that's it. You can't get up.
Sometimes it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're doing really great work, Rich, and Big Daddy, and it's really appreciated by a lot of people out there. I know at our hospital, you really have come through and made a lot of people feel good, and brought some really big name sports players to the hospital to meet the kids. You bring them up they're in town. You'll bring some big pro football players or ball players up to the pediatric ward and shake hands with the kids and sign balls and gives out little gifts and tchotchkes to the kids. And hospitals, especially for a child, what a horrible place to be. Nobody wants to be in a hospital.
You know what? It's a funny story. I used to cringe going in a hospital after being in one for 7 days, and when I had my surgery, I did not make a big announcement or tell 100 people, and the 10 people that knew were calling me, and the nurse said to me, "Man, your phone does not stop ringing." And I said, and it was funny. My one brother was there, and he said, "You don't even know that if he went and told some of his media clients what was going on, you would probably need a police guy at that elevator."
Yeah, sure.
And then they turned my phone off after he said that. So.
And sure, because I know you bring them to the hospital and they shake the kids' hands and give them gifts, and it really takes that day and gives them something to think about, makes them happy.
Takes the edge off for even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's you get to meet somebody or see somebody and get something that not everybody can do. So
and that's what we do. We do things at NUMC for Halloween, for example. I would say no less than 50 of the employees dressed up in all sorts of happy Halloween costumes. None of this scary stuff, but Minions and Peter Pans and all really cool stuff. And they all dressed up and they went trick-or-treating in the hospital with the kids. The kids that were either in wheelchairs or able to walk and they were able to get gifts and candy and toys and stuff for Halloween, and just seeing the staff getting that involved in it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And we do the same thing, like for Thanksgiving, we'll have turkeys, and we have some people that they're in the hospital, so we'll actually have real oven baked carved turkeys. I'll carve them myself. I go up to the floor and we give out stuffing and cranberry and everything, and and we'll have some. You'll send over some sports people or something, and they'll shake hands.
And
with
we'll
everybody.
bring maybe Big Daddy Santa Claus will come
Big
by.
Daddy Santa. We do Santa also.
Come by this year. I have to do a segment on Fox and Friends where I go on as Santa Claus.
Do you?
So maybe I'll keep my outfit for the day
Come
and
on
out and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, and we do that. And during Christmas time we do the same thing, and we have the staff choir. They sing in the hall, in the lobby downstairs, and they do all Christmas carols, and it's whatever we need to do to sort of to change the atmosphere for the patients, to make them feel for that few minutes a little more a little more at ease with themselves.
I think that I will reiterate this again. I think that people listening to the show need to go and see the wonderful things that you've done over there to upgrade the facility, and you know, you could take a nap in the lounge there on the first floor there. I mean, I was walking by towards the store there, and I'm like, man, look at those couches, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's incredible. So kudos to you for everything
Thanks.
that you're doing over there, and I think people should feel at ease and feel great that
Thank
they're
you.
going to a first class operation.
Thank you. Yeah, and a lot of new docs, board certified docs. Brought in about 30 new nurses, young nurses to come in and bring a lot of energy into the place as well. And so the older nurses like having newer nurses to train and to break in, and it's
Yeah.
really good. So there is a real it's an electric feeling today. It really is, and I'm so proud to be part of that. So, Rich, Big Daddy, it's such a pleasure to have you here. To all you listeners, I hope you enjoyed today's show. It was a little bit different. We didn't just talk all about hospitals and doctors and nurses. It was something that was really someone that we really need to talk to, and to just get the story out that there are really good people out there in this world that do things for the right reasons. That sometimes you don't get that feeling when you listen to the news. So, I'm Dr. Vic Politi. I'm the president and CEO over at Nassau University Medical Center on Hempstead Turnpike. We're always there. We're always open. We'll give you the care that you need. And just wishing you all have a great day. And until next time, goodbye.